Osimhen. Victor Osimhen! I feel like he's not gotten a lot of PR like he needs for himself. What a player. I mean, 45 jersey for Galatasaray. Congratulations to, oh goodness me. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at. Can you just look at this? Look at this. This is great to see. This is a Galatasaray fan. He just found himself. He found himself in the locker room. And then he's doing this with Victor Osimhen like a dream come true. A man that should be talked about every time, every day. No matter what you say. This guy is on top of his game. World-class player. Victor Osimhen winning the Turkish Super League. Winning the cup as well. This is Osimhen. Galatasaray number 9. Anytime prolific. Now, it's about his dance. Watch this. Watch. Now he's like, that's the daughter. That's the daughter. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. That's Osimhen. And his daughter. And like, you know, what more can be said about Victor? What more can be said about Osimhen? I feel like his PR is so less. He's so less. When I mean PR, don't get me wrong. I feel like Osimhen should be talked about often time. Like, we should know that yes, Osimhen has done it. Osimhen is out. Osimhen is doing well for himself. Winning the Turkish Super League. You know, the Turkey League, whether it's Fenerbahce, Adana Sport, Istanbul Basket, all of this side are all there. Reza Sport, but this man clinched on this one. What more can be said about Osimhen? I love to say that Victor Osimhen is good to go, amazing player at the time. I see no reason why he should not be in the contention for Ballon d'Or. I'm sorry, Africa best for now. Yeah, but if he continues this way, why not Ballon d'Or? Yeah, just contention, right? Might not win it, but nominees. But guess what? It's not wrong. We've seen a man who won it before. Talk about that man, who you and I know, George Weah, upon where. But Victor Osimhen just needs to keep up in his game. He's won it here, and I believe this man is on his A game. What club will come for Victor Osimhen? Time will come. Will it be Chelsea? Man United? I don't know. Real Madrid? I don't know. Is it Barcelona? I don't know. But regardless, anyhow you want to say it, Osimhen is good to go. And on the show today, guess what we're doing? We'll be celebrating teams that have won. Oh, look at this record, top-notch record. Just look at this one you have on your screen now. In Europe top 10 leagues, look at this record. Outstanding. You don't want to take away anything from this very man. He is a Nigerian, and he should be talked about. 35. I mean, the goals is, see, can I tell about Victor Osimhen? I must tell them one thing about Osimhen, so you know. Osimhen is just like the next big thing. Osimhen is in the news now. Mo Salah, Sekou Girassi, Shiro Texas, Mamouche, El Nesiri, El Kabi, Simon Barnes, Atula Rokodare, Timo Lookman, all of these guys are just great to see. But when you talk about Victor Osimhen, you would know that this man is so much on fire. Because right now, I tell you, Galatasaray have been crowned the 24-25 Turkish Super League champions following a convincing 2-0 win against Kayserispor on Sunday evening at the packed Rams Park in Istanbul. Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen opened the scoring in 27 minutes with a dangerous header. You needed to see that goal rising highest to meet Gabriel Sala's well-placed corner. And as it stands now, the Super Eagles star powered the ball past the keeper and then ignited celebration among the home fans. Now, there's something I saw. They were saying, please, Osimhen, we have to see that one. Like a banner out there, please, Osimhen, don't go. Now, the champions sit atop the table with 89 points from 34 matches, while Fenerbahce trail with 81 points. For Victor Osimhen, you cannot talk less about the Nigerian player who have done so well for himself. This is a champion. He is a champion, one of the world's greatest players ever time. And I must say, Victor Osimhen, you too good. I don't know what you make about Osimhen. I don't know what you make about Osimhen, but I must tell you, he needs to go to the right club. He needs to be very careful. I mean, he's been careful. We've seen him pass this one. The last time Osimhen was about making a move was Al Ali. The money was crazy. But Osimhen said, no, I'm not going to go. I'm not going this route. I want to stay in Turkey and get to play, show myself to the world. He left Napoli on loan, parent club, and went to Turkey and showed the world that, yes, I still have it in me. Some say his current goals to the head. Some say he's not a prolific. I don't know what you make. The goals count. His numbers are insane. And that's about Victor Osimhen. So I must congratulate Victor Osimhen on the show today. We'll have some clips to bring to you so I can celebrate some people or some personalities who got it all right during the course of the week before we bring in our big man guest, Samson Siasia, and also talk about the Flying Eagles, the under-20 AFCON position where they got himself and McGarry. Great results. But I must tell you on the show, it's great to talk about Victor Osimhen. Good morning, happy new day, welcome along to the Sports Republic show. Today we have legendary Samson Siasia, former Super Eagles player and coach, joining us virtually. Siasia, you need to know, is a Nigerian football icon, known for his impressive playing career and successful stint as a coach. We are excited to have him share his insight on the Super Eagles' aspiration for the 2026 World Cup and also his own experiences in the beautiful game of football. My name is Kizike. Let's get into talking ways quickly. Started with our Flying Eagles' recent outing you saw yesterday Congratulations to South Africa, first of all. Now, on the show today, Nigerian Flying Eagles secured third place at the Total Energies Camp Under 20 African Cup of Nations AFCON Egypt 2025 after a dramatic 4-1 win on penalty shootout over the host nation on Sunday. The third place match held at the 30 June Stadium in Cairo ended 1-1 in regulation time. The Flying Eagles then held Genève in a shootout to clinch their fifth under 20 AFCON bronze medal. Both teams were eager to end their campaign on a hard note after missing out on the final. Osama Oman gave Egypt an early lead in the 3rd minute, but Nigeria responded shortly after halftime with an equalizer from Bidemi Amole. Now, with no extra time played in the 3rd place matches, the game proceeded directly to penalties. The Flying Eagles converted all 4 of their kicks, while Egypt missed 2. Emmanuel Chukwu, Ayuma Arehi, Magna scored for Nigeria, while goalkeeper Abubakar brought on late in the game saved attempt from Egyptian captain Kabaka and Atef. The result marked Nigerians' 14th top 3 finish in the under-20 AFCON history and reinforced their strong record against host nation, having also defeated Egypt at the previous edition. Both teams have already secured qualification for the FIFA Under-20 World Cup set to take place later this year in Chile, alongside South Africa and Morocco, who also played in the final. But I must say on the show, congratulations to the Amagites, the South African young boys who got it right yesterday. It's the 5th bronze medal of the tournament history for Nigerian side. I could say it is the 5th bronze medal in tournament history, and yet another reminder of Nigerian Flying Eagles' unmatched pedigree at this level. Now, moving on, before Sunday's clash against Egypt, Egypt has never conceded a goal in 3rd place matches. Third place match, a perfect defensive and also defensive record that we saw for them. But this time around, guess what? The Super Falcons, not Super Falcons, sorry, the Flying Eagles, better word, sorry, the Super Eagles, Flying Eagles, and then Flying Eagles were just out there to make it all right. So I can say before Sunday's clash, Egypt had never conceded a goal in 3rd place match, and that's a perfect defensive record across their under-20 AFCON history. At this stage, Nigeria tore that script apart in the 47 minutes. Now, not just about that one. Amole Kapoor's finish was the first goal Egypt have ever let in during the bronze medal fixture. It didn't just level the game. It dented their overall and visibility of the young Pharaohs as they carried out that one into the contest. But for Nigeria, it was yet another chapter in their knack for troubling host nation. They beat Egypt in 2023. So, you know, on their own tough mile and also at their tough, and did it again in 2025. Few teams, just few teams, I could say, few teams released silencing home crowds quite like the Flying Eagles. And I must say this, congratulations to Zubairu and his boys. They've done so well. But I'd like to say this. Are we going to see these guys? Would there be a process on this one? The Flying Eagles, now that they'll be going to the World Cup and also came out to the bronze. I'm likely to say that team is good to go. The goalkeeping department is amazing to watch. When you see them, when they mount the pole, when you see the goalkeeper Hackett and the rest of them, they have that structure. So I don't know. Are we going to see that structural part come to play again? Because one thing has been key, the Super Eagles, the coaching department, the technical department, the front department, the midfield, the defensive department, the goalkeeping department more has been a problem. Not until we have Wabali. Now, guess what? If Wabali goes down tomorrow, what happens? So it's ideal. I would personally want to give the NFF advice that they should go on that route. Let's start building a team. Maybe, just maybe, it would not be wrong to see these Flying Eagles guys get into the Super Eagles later on, like in the future. Not just about playing now. Now, one thing they always do is that they come to this level, and right after this level, the tournament plays. When it's done, they just scatter. They split themselves over. So I want to have someone who can manage these boys, keep them together, keep them at bay, hold them together so they can be compacted, so they don't leave themselves. They are always together, and that works for me. But if they let these guys go and they depart themselves, like club-wise, inevitable, but national team call-up, then we'll have to start from afresh and start building. It used to be that way. If you play for the Flying Eagles, that's the route. That's Mikel Obi. If you play for the Flying Eagles, you're 90% sure of being part of the Super Eagles. But now, these days, it's no longer so. It's part of those bad structuring that we're talking about. But on the show today, wow, we'll be having someone join us very soon. In the person of Coach Samson, Siasia. We've had him before on the show. And when we had him on the show, his ban was still on. He could not do the job. But right now, his ban has been lifted. Now, the question is, how far has he been treated by his teammates? You know, he played part of the 1994 World Cup. You know Siasa's story, evergreen, about 12 jersey of Nigerian player of the Nigerian team during his playing time. He was great to watch. He was an inspiration to young lads. But right now, after that ban, I don't know if his case is looking different. We've seen players go on the ban, yeah. We've seen coaches as well go on the ban, and at the end of the day, everyone is trying to have a word with them. But I think his own is looking on a very different note, isolation-wise. So when we have Siasia on the show today, very soon, when he joins us, we'll be talking this through. And it's going to be a very big talk, a very, very big talk. But quickly, while we wait to connect with Samson Siasia, Coach Samson Siasia, that's the best word, ex-Super Eagles player and also a coach, let's get to some of the clips of what happened during the course of the week. If I can bring that one to you, or the weekend, better word, so you can see for yourself. Let's congratulate some players, some lads, give them all the accolade that they need. Okay, this one's the first one to say yes, celebration from the Flying Eagles camp. They've not done so bad. And this one is Victor Gyökeres when he won that league. Talk about the Premier League in the Portuguese side. Gyökeres is in the news. Amorim left them and it felt like we are done. But yes, he won the league for himself with goal margin insane. And I must say congratulations to that very, very man, Victor Gyökeres. And also this one, this is Jamie Vardy. Are we going to see a player like this again scoring his 200? It was so great to see him score his 200 goal against Ipswich and 500 matches for the club. Like a nice tally for James, Vardy. Jamie Vardy, that's the word. Jamie Vardy, the Leicester City legend. He's leaving the club and he made his mark. Now you can see the guard of honor. They really clapped for him. They celebrated him because, yes, they know he has done so well. He's not done bad oftentimes with the way he has stayed at the club. And we must say congratulations to players like this. I must say, Jamie Vardy, I love what you've done so far. And I must give you all of the accolades. Yes, accolades. This one goes to this. This is Barcelona. Ter Stegen. Finally, he's back to leave this one. And then they watch his what is the champion lifting a cup for themselves. And who else? Ter Stegen. This was just the way he came in. But I will tell a little story about just someone. Leavre. I'll bring that. When we return, the show continues. We'll bring in Samson Siasia so we can have the stocks. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back shortly. Yeah, welcome back from that quick break. I'd like to say this again. Is there any Nigerian at this point in time that would not want to celebrate our own very best, African best as our 2023? His name is Victor Osimhen. I'm happy to tell you that Victor Osimhen is like the next big thing. He's so much on fire. But yes, I told you when we're going to break and when we return, I told you we'll be having one man on the show today. But I'd like to say this again. Happy New Day and welcome along to the Special Public Show. Today we have our legendary Samson Siasia, former Super Eagles player and coach as well, joining us virtually. And you know, Siasia is a Nigerian football icon, everybody knows, known for his impressive playing career and successful stint as a coach. He almost won that the flying. He almost just was close on winning that very one. And at this point in time, we are excited to have him share his insight on the Super Eagles' aspiration for the 2026 World Cup and his own experiences in the beautiful game of football. You know, he's so much loved. I recall one of the time I had him on the show on the radio. He's my friend. We've been talking, having a good time together. I recall we had him on the show the other time, and then when the phone lines were open, a lot of people called in like, Samson Siasia, we like this man, we love this man. And guess what? If there's anything you should talk about on Siasia's route, is his discipline. He don't care who you are. He's so much concerned about the game. That's the beautiful game of football, and that's what he's done so well. The number 12 jersey player of the Super Eagles. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as I make welcome our own very much Coach Samson Siasia. Welcome, Coach Samson Siasia. Great to have you join us this day. Good morning.
Good morning. What's up, bro?
I'm all right.
Time,
yeah, long time, Coach.
Yes.
Coach, not be so. You left me for a while, but it's all good.
You know, we are Abuja people. You are Lagos people.
Right.
So that's the issue.
Okay, so Coach, let's start business quickly. Welcome to the show. This is the Special Public Show. Yes, you've been here before. You've been here. I recall you sat close to this place, but we have you now. Now, Coach, let's get right. What do you think are the Super Eagles' chances of qualifying for the 2026 World Cup? What areas do they need to improve on?
Well, it's not over yet. Like I told some of my friends when we talk about Super Eagles. It is what it is right now. They're a very different position. But the games are not over yet. So all they have to do is have to focus. And it's going to be very difficult to focus on their games. The last, is it 3 more games or so?
Yeah, 4 more games. 4 more games.
4 more games.
Right.
So nothing is impossible. It's how much you want to win. You understand? And you come out there and show the world that yes, you guys are good enough to win. And not by mouth, you gotta show it on the field of play. You understand? So that's really the issue is.
Okay, so you sound like there's hope for Nigeria. We can still make it out, if I get you right.
I said they can. Everything is possible.
Everything is
They've
possible.
not played yet. So you cannot just count them out. You understand? They can win the 3 games, they can win the 4 games. It depends on the kind of attitude they use towards those last matches. They all know it's very important.
Okay, so altitude. Okay, Coach, let's talk about life after the FIFA ban. Your FIFA ban has ended. How has life been treating you? Have you been involved in any coaching project or initiatives?
No, not yet. I don't know. Well, I still have to start somewhere. I'm not looking for a big job or anything, but whatever comes in, I'll just start with it. But at the end of the day, nobody wants to do anything with me because they think I'm stubborn. I do what I want to do and all that. So I don't even care about it. I have to do what I know how to do. Because I brought me to where I am today. I don't have to change for anyone. You give me respect, I give you respect back. That's all. That's what it is. So I'm still waiting for, this will still happen. It's just 5 months. Well, I have other things I'm doing on the side. That's
Okay, Coach, so bad to hear this. Sincerely, so bad to hear this. Did I hear you say something like no one wants to associate with you or to work with you or something? Did you say that?
That's what I said.
That's bad. Why so?
Why so? Because you know what it is. You think I'm stubborn, but I'm not stubborn. I just know what I want and I go. So I don't think they need coaches like that anymore. and you'll be there for 3 or 4 months. They don't pay you. You'll be there, still traveling, and you can't focus to do the right thing. So I'm not that kind of person. I'm doing other things to survive, so it's all good. I'm going to wait till that time comes.
Yeah, Coach, one thing is certainly, I must say this to you. You've lived your dream. You've shown the nation that, yes, I love Nigeria. You've fly the jersey. You've played for the national team. You've won the jersey. You've played it to a high level. And one thing is inevitable. The best will always be shown. I want to urge you that I want to believe. I want to tell you this. I'm supporting you. We got your support. I mean, Nigerians love you. You know, we love you so much. We've seen what you've done. It's not like you're just here because you want to be here. You've shown it that, yes, I'm capable of doing this, even during your coaching stint. And trust me, why not? The time will come, like Ivali said. So keep waiting, Coach. All the best. All right, so
Thank you very much.
let's talk about the Flying Eagles, their success so far. Congratulations to the Flying Eagles on their penalty shootouts win against the Egyptians. We did see that yesterday, but during the weekend, what are your thoughts on their performance? Do you see any of this young talent integrating into the Super Eagles soon?
Well, first of all, congratulations to them. It's not easy
Right.
to qualify for the World Cup. I think the coach knows that he has a lot of work to do moving forward. The most important is to qualify for the World Cup. They have to go back and build up and make sure they're ready. I think the only problem they're having right now is scoring goals. Penalty shootout is just by chance, so they have to work on their scoring goals. And as soon as they get to the World Cup, I think they'll be fine. Then they'll understand each other more better than what they've done right now. So we'll see what's going to happen. It's all about preparation and making sure you're taking up those areas that you've not done that well. And I think they will do well in the World Cup, but they have to fix the areas where they have some loopholes, especially in scoring goals in front of them.
All right, so we've seen prospects like these young players, these young lads. We saw them play, and we've seen that, yes, there's a team here, and these ones can be integrated. That's great to see, if it will happen. But do we have that structure? Like I recall when you were on this job, I mean, some of the players, Mikel Obi played through a phase, Taiwo, all of these guys played through a phase, and at the end of the day, ended up in the national team. One thing we always fail to do, we fail to keep our team together, unite them together. Just add few players to them. You already got on the team. But at the end of the day, some of those players will find it very difficult to bring them together and make them a team up to the Super Eagles. What is that one thing that should be done to keep them together so we can see them play up next with the Super Eagles, other than just letting them go and get a few of them?
Well, it's left for them to prove themselves, not like under 20s alone. You have to upgrade yourself. From now to the World Cup, I think it's happened a lot of once a year. I don't know when it's to World Cup. I don't know if it's yet. But they've shown themselves that they can progress. They're a good team, but they have to be a better team moving forward, because right now it's a World Cup. It's not the African Nations qualifiers and all that stuff. You have to upgrade your game. Build up yourself, especially as a team and as individuals too. So this is where we're going to see the boys. You see the men from the boys. See likes of Mikel and the rest of them, they prove themselves, they show themselves on in that big platform, that big stage. So they have to come out and actually play for the world to see them. That's a very big exposure for them, so they have to be ready for Nigeria too.
All right, so let's talk about the Nigerian body, the federation at this point in time. Let's talk about this one. I titled this one, Corruption in Nigerian Football. I mean, there's been controversy surrounding corruption in Nigerian football. What is your take on this issue? Have you experienced any challenges related to this?
Like, what do you mean?
Okay.
Coaches taking bribe or teams or what?
Yeah, something of that nature. But with the ball, I mean, players who are not supposed to be in the team, not on the road, but they are, getting call-ups, not playing regularly at the club level, having an edge in the national team. No matter how you make, they will be called up. They already have a slot in it. That's corruption for me.
Well, I don't know anything about that, because it's not going to work for me. If you're not good enough to play, you can't be there. I don't care how much money you have and all that. We have some places where they say they'll give you money to play their players and all that. But if you cannot play, you can't be in this team. That's it. That's why they keep saying that the coach is not nice, not friendly with them. I don't have to be friendly. I want to win games.
Yeah.
If I have to win games, I want to win them with the right players. When we were growing up, we didn't have any money to do anything. if it was back then, they won't play. So winning shouldn't be involved when it comes to selection of players.
Yeah. Coach, there's something. I mean, when you talk about this, I've not been there. So you've been there. You've worked with the Nigerian Football Federation. So this is not according to reports. We've learned, we've heard a lot of news about that. And when you tell me things, I should be taking it from you because I believe you've been there. Now we learned that sometimes this player, that's the committee that have their own slots. We've heard it before. We've heard it. Talking about national team call-up. Slots, committee members having their own, like, this is my boy. Get him involved. They tell the coach, are you trying to say during your time, this never happened?
No, because it cannot happen.
It cannot happen.
No, it's not possible. You can do it with other coaches. You can't do it with me. You understand? I want to pick the best because I want to pick. When you pick someone that is not good enough, are you going to tell the world, just like what you're saying, that this committee member asked me to play this player? Are you the coach or the committee member as a coach? You pick your players. Let them do whatever they want to do. If they insist, you go out there and tell the world, this is what I'm trying to do. It happened when I was coaching too. I said, look, if you want this player to play, let's go to the media and press. I will talk about why do you want this player to play. I'm the coach. I make the right decision. So
you told them this?
Yeah, of course.
Really?
Of course I told them. Look, he said this guy will play. I said no, this guy is not good enough. And this is the guy that is going to play. If not, let's go to the press and let's argue about why this player will play. And they couldn't do it. So at the end of the day, the guy played, World Cup. He played for Super Eagles and all that. So it was the right decision. You got to fight for your players.
But coach, let's be sincere. Do we have free hands? Managers in Nigeria football, the coaches, do they have free hands to do what they want to do? Yeah, you stood your ground. You stood your ground, but others, do they stand their ground?
Right now, they cannot. They can't do it. They're just chicken. So that's why they're having all these problems they're having. Don't do what you're supposed to do. You're not going to blame anyone if you fail. Because you take those players there. That's your decision, not the committee member.
That's deep. That's very deeper than what we know. But let's talk about coaching ambitions. Do you still have ambitions on coaching the Super Eagles someday? What would be your approach if given the opportunity? Because I know you would want to be here again.
Well, I'm not worried about Super Eagles. So it's just for me to get back to my field. It doesn't have to be Super Eagles. It can be anything. Yeah, I'm still looking. So I don't have to wait for Super Eagles. The next one is right. The next World Cup is when I can't even remember. So
that's
I have to do what I have to do to keep myself busy. You understand? Hopefully, I'm trying to see if I can and try to look at players every once a month. Come out there, try to coach once to improve to get better. Just like coach them once in a month, and they can pay the fees for me to make them the better players. Come out and we have workouts and all that. And we can advise and actually coach you to become a better player. That's what I'm trying to work on.
Yeah, coach, things must have been so difficult for you when I hear you say this, especially on the part where you play the game and your teammates. I mean, you've got colleagues while you are playing the game. At some point, there's no way we talk about Siasia, we talk about Mokachi, talk about JJ, all of these guys. You play the game with them. You can't be forgotten. Your colleagues cannot forget about you. I feel like you should be having some communication, connections with them. What's going on?
Everybody, you're old.
Really?
You're old. Yeah, everybody's. Well, who's gonna take you? Why you waiting to come and take care of you? Wow. AJ is doing well. Everybody, they're all doing well. Everybody has taken himself. You're sitting down somewhere and you're waiting for someone to take care of you. Forget it. It's not gonna happen. Everybody has to go out there and hustle and take care of themselves. It is what it is. That's how it is. So you can't be lazy. You got to go out there and find something to do for yourself.
Yeah, coach. Mentally, how do you feel? I mean, mentally, you know what I mean. Mentally, you must be. I mean, a little bit drained on this part.
No, I'm good. I'm very good. I'm very, very good. I don't have any problems. I have things I'm working on, so it's not a problem.
Yes. Okay, if there's anything I like about Samson Siasia, it's about his mentality, his optimism. He's not sleeping. He's not thinking less. He wants to be out there. But if you're watching us, you're watching that live interview from all of us here. We are Voice of the People TV, and then we're having Coach Samson Siasia, who played the game to a level and also managed the Nigerian national side to also another level. And then we're having him on the show. It's really not been so easy for him. But we've seen people, coach, we've seen people who have this face of ban and come back and then people associate with them. Why is ours different? This is Nigeria. Why is it so?
I don't know. You don't have to be lazy. Something has happened. You got to move on. You cannot be like a crybaby worrying about what has happened. These days are over. It's past. Moving forward, you have to be man enough to go out there and do your thing. You understand? So we're not waiting for anybody. And nobody's trying to take care of you. Nobody wants to know that, oh, have you eaten today? How about your children? Have you paid their school fees? No. You have to be man and go out and, it's like a jungle. And you have to go and do your thing and take care of yourself.
Oh, coach. Okay, so let's talk about this now. In your opinion, what are the basic problems affecting Nigerian sports? Generally, how can we address these issues? Because is there a problem? Yes, there's a problem. But what are the basic problems affecting our sports today?
And you just said it. It comes to selections, and the timeline on when coaches have to come to camp and try to pick players that you not known before, like the one on the 20th of done. The timeline is just too short. You cannot say in 3 months' time, go out there, scout for players, and make sure in the next 3 months they can play in qualifiers and qualify. No, it doesn't work that way. If they keep it 3 months, I won't take it because it's just a recipe for you to fail. So those areas we have to look at properly. And I've tried to put a team that they've not had before, and you expect them to go and win matches in 3 months' time. It doesn't work anyway. So
yeah, okay.
That's a problem.
Yeah, coach. See, you said something now that struck my mind. You said that's a recipe to fail. Are these things done intentionally? You were here on the show the other time when we had you live on TV and also on radio. You said something that struck my mind, and it seems to be so. The fire brigade approach. Now, if there's anything they told us, the Nigerian Football Federation told Nigerians, millions of Nigerians, they told us to our faces that very soon we'll be having a world-class coach. No disrespect to Eric Chell, the Franco-Malian, right? But I'm only saying from one aspect. After all of the time that was taken, Eric Chell was the man that they brought to us. And now look how far he met us. And tomorrow, if we don't make it to the World Cup, they'll say Eric Chell is the cause. But I think for me, I said it. If Nigeria don't make it to the World Cup, they should hold the NFF responsible. I said it. And I said, quote me, because you can't be governing the nation. And there are people paid for this job. When I had Shegun Odegbami on the show the other time, he said it to me. He said, they vividly forgot that this is owned by the Federation. It's not an individual thing. It's not an individual thing. This is about Nigerians. Now, you talked about the fire brigade approach. I want to ask you, is this thing done intentionally? What do they gain? What do they stand against to see their fellow fail on the road?
Well, it could be intentional. I don't know, because they had a new president not almost a year ago. So Amaju left, but they said Amaju was the one that actually picked him. So maybe he has to play to Amaju's turn. I don't know, but you cannot bring a coach in 3 months before this kind of matches.
Yeah.
I know the other one, Austin wasn't doing that well as well, but I think you have to take a chance on those. The person that knows the players more better than anyone else. Even if you're a magician, it's not going to happen. And 3 months or 2 months before a game like the World Cup qualifiers, you are changing coaches. It's a big problem. It's a big problem, and this is why where we are today. This is someone that's not been to Nigeria before, doesn't know our culture, doesn't know anything about us. I think your chances should be taking take a chance on Nigerian coaches that have shown themselves, have done very, very well. And all. So it's the NFF. I think the NFF has, I think they are to blame for all this, and then decided to take a Malian coach instead of trying to stay with their people. So whatever happens, it's going to be their fault. Nobody else.
Is it?
NFF, the Federation, and the president, and all. They all made that decision, and they are committee members. So the blame should be on them.
So, coach, if you go contrary to the NFF, because I had John Fashanu some days ago. I recall like 4-5 days ago, John Fashanu, the man that won the FA Cup with the Wimbledon side, 1988 at that point, played for Aston Villa. His record. I had him on the show the other time, and he said a word to me. He said, these people are very strong. He said, the bond is as strong as what he can't even describe. He said, these people are very strong and can't be broken. And I said, do you want to get on the job? He said, yes, I would want to be part of the Nigerian setup manage the Super Eagles if possible, but he wants to work with the likable and also the reliable and the trusted personalities. He said if he finds himself there, he will fail because he won't be getting the support. Now, I would like to ask you this question because you've been there. If you don't play, if the NFF wants it to be this way, and you as the coach, they've given you the job because they trust you, and you're saying no, is it possible you could lose your job like you're fighting against your employees? I'm just saying.
No, if they don't want to work with me, because I have my own way of doing things, they want to work with me, then I'm not going to take that job. If they give me that job, they have to support me.
Right.
You understand? Without their support, you're not going anywhere. They will make sure you fail. You understand? They won't give you the money, even pay tickets for the players to come on time. And all that. So that's what they're doing over there. You know, so they can keep the monies, winning bonuses that they're supposed to pay the players and all. They keep it for themselves. You understand? So very wrong. If the team does well, we all do well. The monies will come.
Right.
You understand? Even to buy tickets or players to come on time becomes a problem sometimes. And the way they're living, their match bonuses not be paid. How do you do that? How do you think you can survive or make the players play well? Because these people that have parents, they have children to take care of. They leave their clubs to come and play for the nation, and you don't give them what they're supposed to get, like match bonuses and all. You're avoiding them. They don't do that in their club sites. This is work. It's not a job. It's not like wearing the national team colors too, plus that. That's what you want to do, but you cannot take them for granted. Like you don't give them that winning bonuses and pay their tickets back when they play. It's insane. It's not done anywhere else but in Nigeria.
So, what's your current relationship with the NFF assistants now? What's your relationship? You have no relationship with them.
I don't have any relationship with them.
Why?
I do that thing. I see them on street. I greet them. I say, "Hey, President, hello, how are you?" Bye. That's it.
But coach, you know it's not. Coach, you know it's not supposed to be so. You know that.
Why not?
It's not supposed to be so.
I'm not a committee member. What am I doing with them?
Oh, committee member.
They have a lot to do to make sure the Super Eagles qualifies for the next World Cup. They have to go and sit down and think about what's going to happen. We all know we're in a very difficult position. It's not like a laughing matter. It's not a joke. So go back and do the right thing before we can go into right places.
All right, so coach, what are your plans going forward? You already talked about your grooming, you're doing that. Also, we have the MPFL, I'm just saying, the NNL, the NLO. I mean, you want to start from just somewhere because I like to say there's nothing wrong in starting small, but there's everything wrong when you settle for less. So this is like a big dream for you. You want to be out there. What's your way forward?
Way forward is make sure I'm doing something. My academy is doing well. You understand? We are in the NLO 2. The next game will be, I think, next month. NLO 2 will start. So we're doing well in the academy. I have 500 kids, so have school. So it's not like I'm not doing something. I have to be more involved in what the academy is doing. So that's why we have this league coming up next month. We can have recording of these players and send them to clubs in Europe or the ones in Nigeria to look at them so that we can start making money from the players too.
Right.
From the academy. All
right, coach. I have to let you go at this point, but I'd like to ask you this one. There have been this talk ongoing as last week. Azita Lashola came out. She's won the African Player of the Year a couple of times, like 5 times. Ajibade as well. Rashidat, who plays for Atletico, she just left not long, the ladies category. And Alozzi, Michelle Alozzi, that's the lady as well. Now, these Super Falcons stars came out with evidence, social media posts. I mean, like, it's not alleged. I don't use the word allegedly. This is like a recent one, and it's very, very visible. So the Nigerian Football Federation, they stated, they talked about how bad they are treated. Their PR is so less to compare to the Super Eagles. Ajibade talked about Rashida Ajibade talked about when she came to the national team during the Olympic, they had just one physiotherapist. But for the Super Eagles, you see a lot of them. So she said she needed some massage, but she couldn't have it because one person before you be done, I mean, time goes. Then Alozzi, who is not used to what we do in Nigeria, so bad, talked about the part where, laundry-wise, these players shouldn't be washing their clothes. And she said, where's the laundry? And they told her, you want soap? So the treatment, the pay-wise, or shall I say, they do what we do. They represent the federation at a high level. They also talked about their games played. Their games are usually cancelled. Nobody's talking about them. But whenever there's a tournament closed, they will just assemble them, and it's not done. So let's talk about the part where they are talking about the pay-wise. They should be earning the same thing with the Super Eagles. I don't know if that's possible. I just know. And also their treatment. How bad is this? A letter to the NFF, so poor.
Like we just talked about the Super Eagles. If they can't take care of the Super Eagles as the Super Eagles team, the one team in Nigeria, what do you expect from the female team? They're saying the truth. If they don't come out and say it, they get into the field. If you have to take care of these players before they go out there.
Right.
What's laundry? Hotels. Give them the clothes and they just go out there and wash it and bring them back to them. It's like national team players. They're not street players where you try to get yourself together to become a star. They are stars already. So you have to treat them properly. What's laundry? What's going on? They pay for it and just give it out there. As soon as it's cleaned up, you bring it back to them. Those are things we shouldn't be discussing on the air. It's
I don't know.
Ridiculous.
Exactly.
No, it's just ridiculous. No, it's uncalled. So, except you get there, you don't know what's going on there until you get it there, and you expect these guys to come out and pay 100% for you. Forget it, they can't do it. But they're worried about other things in their life, how to get out from there and go somewhere else. Back to their clubs.
All right.
It's a shame.
All right, it's a shame. That's the word. Coach, thank you so much for your time on the show. I already told you, you have our blessings from all of us right here, VOP Media. We love you so much. We're not exaggerating the talk about you. We just love you. We'll be giving you the support. Even when you're not here, we talk about you, and then we believe that your best is yet to come. They never say anything. They come. You see, they come. You go show people. Say yes, now maybe Siasia. All right, Coach Siasia. Yeah.
Thank you very much. It's always nice to talk with you, man.
Very well.
Take care of yourself.
Thank you so much.
Job.
All right. God bless you. Peace out, Coach Samson Siasia. Yes, you just heard from that man. May not be like saying, when I read the carry the talk, and I don't hear them for a math. You say, so kind of say, we carry call, still according to report. This one's about Siasia. How well, after all is said and done, everybody know more is said than done. Because he has a FIFA ban and lifted and free to associate with the people. The Igbos used to call it, the Igbos, the eastern part of Nigeria, used to call it an Osu or so, outcast. Can I tell you this one? Can I even shock you? His teammates are in the NFF committee. Ikpeba is there. Okay, let me leave Ikpeba once. Ikpeba self still young when they play. He go have one technical advice and I'm friend. But look at how it is. But regardless, we wish you all of the best. That's what we do. Thank you so much for being part of the show. We are Voice of the People TV, and this is the Sports Republic show that comes your way every weekdays. Tomorrow, I'll be on the show again. That's Tuesday. I will give you all of the news, just everything in sports. But today, we dedicate the show to that man, legendary of the game, Samson Siasia. And I wish him all of the best, and I pray his best is yet to come. The sky will not only be his limit, but rather his stepping stone. Thank you so much also for you watching at home. I don't know where you're watching from all over the world, but thank you so much for being part of the show. My name is Kizzy K. Don't forget, I am the only football player without a jersey. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out. Save.